What's up, everybody? Jason here from Anyman Fitness. Got a nice little Friday video. Had a client question, a client concern. Actually, more than one client has dropped me a line to tell me of a current concern that a few people have been having. And it's kind of a big issue. It's an issue that people don't like to talk about, don't really like to discuss. So I figured I'd address it here and save some people possibly the embarrassment, because my guess is more than 2 or 3 people are having this issue, and that's all that I've really heard from. And that's the issue of making dookie. When you're on this program, or really any program where you're trying to get your health in line, you'll notice a couple things. And one of the biggest things that you'll notice is that your protein consumption generally goes up, and your carbohydrate consumption generally goes down. Especially if you're trying to lose weight and you are actively attempting to trim some of the fat out of your body. Protein is good, you're lifting heavy, you need the protein, so you end up eating a lot of meat. The carbs go down, they mess up the blood sugar at times, and you really only need them around your workouts, especially if you're trying to cut calories. And the carbs, they're what makes you dookie. A lot of times the fiber that's contained within the carbohydrate foods helps you along. And let's be honest, if you're eating lots of breads, lots of pastas, and lots of sugars, that makes the boom boom. You know what I mean? For a lack of better words. So let's say you're used to having some nice regular bombs, so to speak. Mud monkeys, perhaps, and you're not, and you're all clogged up, and you don't know what to do. You got a plugged digestive system, and you're feeling a little bloated down there, if you know what I mean. So there's a few things that you want to make sure that you keep in mind. First and foremost is you need to make sure that your hydration levels are up, especially at the higher protein levels. Make sure that you're getting enough fluids. Make sure that I would aim for at least 5 or 6 liters of water. I would wake up in the morning, I'd smash a liter of water. That's like the full 32-ounce water bottles. And I'd make sure I got at least 4 or 5 or 6 during the course of the day. And the last thing I do before I went to bed is I'd smash another one and make sure that those bodily processors are churning all that food and making sure that stuff gets taken care of, and you get flushed out over the course of the night, and hopefully you wake up in the morning with a dropping the kids off the way that you're used to it. So the number one, hydration. Stay hydrated. It's also going to help your workouts. It'll help your skin. It'll help everything. It'll help you feel full. You'll feel great. If you're not peeing once an hour, you're not drinking enough. Drink more. The second thing that you can definitely do to make sure that things are getting flushed out and make sure your dookie levels are where they need to be is making sure that you eat vegetables. Now, my meal plans and one of my pieces of advice to my clients is to make sure that you get enough green, leafy, fibrous vegetables. Stuff like kale, stuff like broccoli, stuff like cauliflower. Peppers, onions, mushrooms if you're willing to eat mushrooms. Celery, anything that's green and leafy and fibrous, they are unlimited. Not only should you be eating them because it's filler and because it'll fill your belly up, but the fiber in it is going to make sure that your meals last longer. It'll slow down the digestion that's in your stomach. It'll make you feel full longer. Then the other thing is because it helps clear you out. That fiber is a good thing. So that's why I wouldn't even worry about tracking vegetables. I just make sure to smash vegetables as much as you possibly could. Now, I know it's a pain in the butt, and if you're starting out on this, you're like, well, Jason, that's just another thing I got to pay attention to. So you mean to tell me I got to pay attention to my protein and my carbs and my fat, and now I have to start paying attention and trying to eat vegetables at every meal? One thing that you might want to do is invest in some sort of a blender, perhaps a juicer. I personally go with a blender myself. I bought a NutriBullet, which is like the magic bullet's big brother, this big old blender. I put kale in there and broccoli in there and put some water, and I mix it up, and I get like a greens shake. It's not the most tasty thing in the world, but you know what? It does what I needed to do. It serves a purpose. Food can either taste good or it can serve a purpose. And in this case, it serves a purpose. I'll tell you one thing it does is it ticks my coworkers off, because you can imagine what chopped up broccoli and water smells like. Woo-wee! There it is. So, number one, hydration. Number two, Veggies, veggies, veggies. And number 3 is a little something called taking a probiotic. Go to the store, get yourself a probiotic at Kroger or whatnot. You take like one a day. They all have various levels, so you'll have to tinker around a little bit. And here, this is the one that I go with here. The Schiff Digestive Advantage. I take one a day. It took about a week for it to kick in, and then after it kicked in, every morning I have to reach for the plunger. That might be too much information, but man, do I get cleared out with these bad boys. They make me do my thing. Mine has 1 billion viable cells in it. I don't know what that means, but a billion is like a very big number. That's like a 1 with 9 zeros. So that's for sure doing good things to my insides. And since I've been taking this, it is an absolute world of difference. You want to make sure that you get your digestive system taken care of, because you're eating all this protein and you're making sure that you have adequate carbs to recover after your workouts. You want to make sure that things are getting shuttled off to the right place. And if your digestive system ain't working the way it's supposed to, that might not be happening. So that's about that's what I got for you. You feeling clogged up? You feeling like you're backed up, and you want to take out the cork, so to speak? Make sure you get lots of water. Make sure you're eating veggies, 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 veggies. And a probiotic might help as well. So hopefully, if you're having that problem and you're a little too embarrassed to send me an email, by all means, I've covered that. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful weekend, and make sure to tell your friends about us. And it's Friday, so assuming you're following the workout plan, hopefully you drop it low. There it is.